Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyazifunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese sizala sokhuluma ngazo lezo y'ncwadi esuke sizifundile sixoxela laba phela abasuke bengenaso isikhathi sokuthi bazifunde nalaba abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews or ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe uyaqala ukujoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upresse u-subscribe button la ngezansi. Uma ngabe libovu ibutton elibhalwe usubscribe lisho ukuthi awukaka-subscribe, kodwa uma li-grey ungabe usalithinta. Ungakhohlwa ukuthi upress notification bell la iduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Namhlanje na ngifuna ukukhuluma ngomnakwethu. We all know ukuthi the show has wrapped up. We did have our reunion part 3 which will play on Wednesday, but ke laba bano one magic isidlalile already, and guys i-episode ikhona on YouTube. Some of the YouTubers have uploaded the full episode, so if you want to watch it, and I did do a review of the whole episode part 3 of the reunion. Mnakwethu happily ever after, and we all know ukuthi after they do Mnakwethu happily ever after, we know ukuthi what we expect after that is Mnakwethu another season of Mnakwethu, which will be season 3 of Mnakwethu, because Mnakwethu happily ever after is a spin-off of the show Mnakwethu. Mnakwethu is a show where well, it's supposed to be a husband wants to take a second wife. They ask Ubaba Mselegu to go and help the husband to go and request from the wife ukuthi athathe number 2. That's the concept of the show. But we've realized as the show is moving on ukuthi actually it can be anybody. It can be anybody, which is amazing. Actually, it can be anybody. If you're just a boyfriend and you want to ask your girlfriend to take a second wife, which never really makes sense. So today I just want to talk about izinto that I feel like Mzansi Magic needs to fix about this show as they move forward with it. I'm actually very surprised ukuthi experts, cultural experts, haven't said anything about this show, about how this show is handled, but they have time to make comments about Real Housewives of Durban. This is one of the reasons actually I was very irritated, Mina, when I was reading articles discouraging Ulachonco in doing isithebe seyintombi and saying ukuthi that's not how things are done culturally. And I'm like, there are so many shows on TV that are misrepresenting our culture and our customs, but abasho lutho kuwona. And it makes me wonder what it's because bayasaba ukukhuluma if it's certain people who are doing those shows and babone ngathi kuyehlela ngalana kulachonco. I really didn't understand it. I think that's one of the reasons it just irritated me so much, that article ukuthi if these experts are watching these TV shows, why are they only commenting on that particular event? But this show, they haven't said much about it, you guys. And I feel like there are things that I feel like I would love as a viewer to see zishintshwa on this show for me ukuthi ngiqhubeke ngibuke and respect it as well, and respect it in a purpose. It's not just to create drama, it's not just to break women's hearts, it's not just to remind women that they are not equal to men, but it is to help our relationships become healthier. I would love to think that, but I feel like it doesn't do that right now. One of the things that I really feel like it's important, which I don't even understand why Ubaba Mselegu decided to not make that a condition to do the show. I feel like they should make it a condition that before they come and help you, ask your partner to take a second partner, is that ulobolile. I think that really should be a requirement, you guys. Finally, the husband must have paid ilobolo in full for the first wife. I think that should be the first condition. The second condition should be that you have married because ukulobola uqeda doesn't mean ukuthi usushadile. You know, I feel like yonke into fanele for the first wife it should be done traditionally. Fanele kube ukuthi ulobolile, fanele kube ukuthi umqedile unkosikazi wokuqala. Another condition that they should probably put there is that you have provided, as a man, you have provided a home for the first wife. Umakhelile unkosikazi. Hayi laba athatha unkosikazi wesibili abekhuluma ngokuthi ngisazobakhela bobabili. Kuba ukuthi lo oqala usumakhelile umuzi, uhleli emuzini wakhe, ucomfortable. The fourth condition that they should put is that a man, they must check if this man is financially stable, because I don't see a point of pushing these young girls into relationships where men are not even financially stable to take care of both, like two families basically, but they are being convinced to get into these relationships. I think that it's important for Ubaba Mseleku to do ilokuzani background check to see, does this man work? You know, does he have income? Can he take care of these wives? Also, I think it's very important as well for them to look at how they pay the cast members, because from what we've seen, it looks like they only pay men as the cast members on this show. But when you look at who creates the most content on the show, it's the wives. And somebody needs to look at how every cast member is paid. So, if obviously, because when they initiate the show, when they come to initiate isithembu kunkosikazi lo oqala, who is usually not even unkosikazi, because usually they are not even married, kusuke kuyisurprise kuyena. So usuke ngazi nokwazi ukuthi uzoba on the show, and nothing prepares her for that as well. Besides ukuthi, and it is, does she get a financial benefit from being on the show, but as well emotionally she's not prepared. I do feel like they need to provide support for these women, not just ukuthi bazokhuluma nobaba Mseleku lapha, because we all know ukuthi Mseleku is about ama needs amadoda. You know, whatever is the goal for indoda, that's what he pursues, ubaba Mseleku. How a woman feels or what a woman thinks doesn't seem to matter to ubaba Mseleku. I do feel like they need to have somebody there that is sort of like a counselor that can support these women after they are told this big news that after you think you're in a relationship with just one person, but you are actually in a relationship with two people. Because if he's dating somebody else, you are also in that relationship. I feel like it's important that they provide that support for the women when they do that first episode where they introduce a woman, another woman, into her relationship. I also do feel that maybe we do need someone, because even if Ubaba Mseleku does have a contribution to the show, he is one-sided because he supports Isthembu. He's not neutral in any way. So whatever he's going to do, he's going to be pushing for a woman to say yes at the end of the day to Isthembu. So I do feel like maybe they do need to get another presenter, but I doubt that he would want to let go of this show. So maybe they need to get a co-presenter. He believes in his temple. Maybe get a co-presenter that doesn't necessarily believe in his temple, that believes that a woman does have a right also to say no. Maybe he needs to present this show with a woman. There must be somebody maybe sitting there while he is saying, this is what your man wants, but somebody can say, but you do have a right to say no, because this is your life. As a woman, you do have a right to say no if this is not what you want in your relationship. I feel like this show has done women so wrong, but nobody has said anything about it. It's like we just watch women getting their hearts broken for our entertainment. And then there are experts out there who call themselves cultural experts, and they're not saying anything about it because for some reason Ubaba Mseleku has been sort of informally nominated as a representative of his temple for AmaZulu. And I feel like kule show kunezinto that he hasn't handled correctly, but nobody is saying anything about it. I do feel like it doesn't make sense for me ukuthi uthi uyi-girlfriend uziswe kwi-show ukuthi uzocelwa ukuthi ube sesithenjini when you yourself are not married. you are not secured in your relationship, awulotsholiwe kwawena, awunawo umuzi, lo muntu akakwakheli nomuzi, like, but kuthiwa vuma ukuthi kuthatha unkosikazi wesibili. Does that even make sense? And we go through the season 1, season 2, season 3 of the show. These men have still not paid lobola for these women. They haven't married any of these women. Because the show is based on imishado, we should have seen at least one wedding on this show. Because the show is based on abantu coming together. I guess they always say, the men always say, I want to build ekhaya, ngifuna ukwakha umuzi kababa. But how come we haven't seen even a single wedding on this show? To show it's moving forward. I would like to see some changes kule show. Angazi noma nina nibona rights in running the way that it does, because it's like, to be honest with you, akusona isithembu lesi. It's like guys are just cheating, they're having side chicks, and then they want to it's like bafuna ukucheat in peace, you know. Let me just introduce this other girlfriend to my other girlfriend so that I can cheat in peace. At least now she knows that I have another girlfriend, you know. So why do we call it uthando nesithembu? You know, and why does ubaba umselo have to ukuthi asukele emzumbe azofika la kwakho azocelela boyfriend yakho ukuthi thathe enye girlfriend? What is the point of that? I feel like le show le can be changed ukuthi ibe nesidima, if bengabeka ama requirements athile azokhombisa ukuthi phela ndoda, uthi uyindoda ufuna isithemba, ake sibone ukuthi uyindoda yini, usukwenzile yini ukukhombisa ukuthi indoda fanele ikwenze, ukhombisa phela ukuthi uyifuka akakwazi ukuthi usikhombisa ukuthi uyakwazi ukuthi uthathe unkosikazi wokuqala, unkosikazi oyedwa umthathe, simbona ukuthi cha umthathile, kwayiwe sicawini kwasinwa, kwathiwa zonke inkomo befanele iphumile, wamakhela umuzi. Now we can think ukuthi maybe unkosikazi wesibili ungambela. But how are we going to make a decision and support you to take a second wife when you haven't done that for the first wife? For me, it does not make sense. Each show is done in the way that it is done. And for me, it upsets me. Now my experts akhulumayo in certain shows, but on this show, they have not said anything. Guys, this is my video for today. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. I do feel like they're probably not going to listen to any of the things that we will say anyway. But let's just vent in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think there's a point even to this show? Do you think it will help for them to change some things when it comes to this show? And what is the point, Gadli? What is the point when everybody is not even married? You know? Please like the video before and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginithanda kakhulu.